listening to Pink Lady Presents, only on LA Talk Radio.
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry. I'm gonna take the town and turn it upside down. I'm gonna live until I die.
Welcome, everyone, to Pink Lady Presents It Ain't Over Till You Say It's Over. I want to thank everyone out there. The emails from you have been phenomenal. I know you love the show by just what you're saying in them. And thank you so very much. Because you realize that what we do here is we exuberantly cherish lives well lived. Now, today's guest said, if you do what you love, others will love what you do. It's the best way of feeling completely alive. Well, my guest, Lynn Bagan Keller, definitely is alive and well. Hello.
Thank you, dear.
She is a delightful artist, songstress, and before we even do anything, we would love to hear from you because that's going to get us all in a good mood.
Wonderful. I love the East, I love the West. Talk about their book fast, but I only want to go there every day. I love being here with you. I love the sea, I love the shore, Laguna Beach and what is more. With you there, there'd never be a bar, 'cause I love being here with you. Singing in the shower, laughing by the hour, life is such a breezy game. I love all kinds of weather, as long as we're together. I love the way you say my name. I love good wine and fine cuisine. Be here with you at Pink Lady Scene. You must know just what I mean. Oh, I love being here with you. I like to dance, I like to swing. By now you know that I love to sing. 'Cause being here is everything. Oh, I love being here with you. And such move to oh do da day. He plays his horn, it blows me away. But don't get me wrong, just want to say I love being here with you. Ways you bend you swinging, I love Ella singing. They were something else, you knew. They knew how to play it, she knew how to say it. They wind it up and let it go. If you like me, and I like you, they like us, we like them too. There's just one thing before we're through that I love.
Sit right down here, Lynn. Well, welcome and thank you so much. That woke us up. I love that.
Absolutely.
I know. Now, tell me something. The person in your life that gave you this fantastic energy and that lovely voice and helped you because you come from a musical family, Who was that?
Well, that was actually my father.
His name was Art.
His name is Art Depew, and he was a jazz trumpet player.
Wow. For who? Tell us.
Well, for Lawrence Welk, he conducted the Harry James Orchestra.
Wow,
For
okay.
about 18 years. When I was born, he was actually working for Welk as the first trumpet player for
Oh, my
first
goodness.
trumpet.
Okay.
So there's a photo of all of our family. I was 13 months old in my dad's arms on the Welk show for the Christmas show because they would have all
Yeah.
the families.
Right.
We
So-
had the privilege of having the Champagne lady, Mary Lou Metzger,
Oh,
sitting in that
yeah.
seat.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, see, I
Yes.
met all these folks over the
Right.
years.
Right.
When I was between 5 and maybe 7 or 8 years
Uh-huh.
old, we would go to Tahoe for the summer.
Oh.
And the Lennon sisters were my babysitters.
That's funny.
So they taught me all their routines.
Right.
And I came back one year. You'll love this, Dove. And I actually sang, "How do you keep them down on the farm after they've seen
Seen
Paris?"
Paris.
I love it.
in my class because I
Right.
had learned this routine from the Lennon sisters. So I started singing and being inspired by music from the very beginning.
Wow. And how did you become acquainted with the Randy Van Horn singers? How did that all come up?
Well, there was a series of things. I quit working for my professional career in the year 2000.
Okay.
And I was home with my 3 sons, kind of bored, frankly. So I decided to start singing again, but to ramp it up a little bit.
Right.
And so one of the things that my father recommended was to join a singing group where the singers were better than I was.
Oh.
absolutely.
I had some sight reading skills.
Right,
I could sight
right.
read music. And so he said essentially, you should be singing with people who are better than you are. You should always work with people who are better than you are because
Good
they
point. Good
raise
point.
you up.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I joined them actually over here at Valley College.
Right.
And I was so scared and very shy. And I listened a lot.
Okay.
But singers are very generous people.
Yes, they are.
They give their hearts to each other, and 95% of them are very generous with their time and their suggestions. So I learned very quickly from the group. Randy Van Horn started his music in the 1950s.
Oh, okay.
And he was actually an arranger and, of course, developed music for his group,
Right.
the Randy Van Horn Singers, but also was a big band leader and did a number of things. The singers themselves did recordings like the Flintstones theme
Oh, okay.
and the Jetsons theme. The group was on the Nat King Cole show and the Dean Martin show, Mel Torme.
Well, we had the privilege. That's where we first saw you. We had gone to
The
what
Viva
was it?
Cantina.
Viva Cantina
Right.
one night, and talk about seeing them. We're going to talk about where they're going to be next. But it's a fun little place, and we didn't know what to expect. And up comes the Randy Van Horn singers, and with you and everyone. And we were blown away by each and every one of you. And not only that, you're right. They gave to each other.
Yes.
Now, you could
Yes.
see it in the.
And we
right?
also were really impressed with the fact that there was not a seat. Every seat was
Right.
filled. People were standing around,
Right.
and you were competing with a band that was in another
Oh,
part of the
that's
complex.
Big challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yet you did it, and you never lost anyone's attention. We had the best time, and it was not just enjoyable
No.
for us. It was watching the reaction from all these
Yes.
people, and we would lean over the table and say, "Have you seen them before?"
Right.
Oh, we go everywhere they are.
Everywhere they go.
Yeah,
You
we've
have
had
the-
that
you have the- what do they
response.
call
That's
them? They're
sweet.
groupies?
There
Yes.
you go.
Yeah.
I mean, so we're now part of your group.
Groupies, right.
You also have a quartet
We
called,
have-
is that the Keller Juice?
Yes,
Tell
I
me
had
about
my
that.
own group.
Oh, okay.
When I was developing my skill base
Right.
as a singer, because I really started out as a hobby and then evolved into something professional, I wanted to perform as much as possible.
Okay.
So I have a quartet. I'm doing a Wine and Roses event for the Pasadena Tournament of Roses in November with
Oh,
them.
wow. Okay.
It's a fundraising event.
and what is it called again?
It's Wine and Roses. It's actually called An Evening on the Bayou.
oh, I like
And
that. Okay.
the Pasadena Rose Court.
Is
will
there a
be
date
there.
already?
It's November 4th.
November 4th.
November
Okay.
And our
Yeah.
friend Tom Ruck, who is one of the members of the entourage at the Tournament of Roses
Okay,
will
there you
be
go.
there. He's been
Right.
involved about 15 years.
All right.
One of the
all
white
right.
jackets.
So I will see him that
Please,
evening.
yes.
Yeah. So that's coming up in November, and then I do a lot of one-woman shows. You know, when you're building your skills,
Yes.
you do whatever.
Exactly.
I
Whatever
didn't-
they come.
There was a
right.
time I didn't say no to anything because I was in front of people, I was talking, I was singing, I was doing what I wanted to
Right.
do, and it made a big difference in my development.
Well, you also have, and I just love this, notes from my father. I tear up when I think this is her new CD there. It came out when? Just a few months ago?
Just a year or two ago, but it features myself with a series of combos, but
Right.
also my father and I, just before he passed away, did duets together, and that was such a special. That was really wonderful.
And how old was he at that time?
He was 89.
God bless him.
Yeah.
God bless him.
And we
Last
have the
meeting.
electronic version of that showing
Yes.
on the screen, and you're going to tell us how folks could get it.
Actually, it's on my website, which is lynnkellersmusic.com.
Okay.
And you can purchase it there and also on CD Baby.
Okay,
And one of Dad's albums is there called Ramblin' Men Jazz Band.
Oh,
It's amazing.
Okay.
Dixieland jazz.
Oh, I love
And
that.
one of the things that we'll do, because some people don't have a pencil and ready to go,
Right.
is if they go to the same site where they came to see this show, we will refer them and
Right.
direct any inquiries or
Wonderful.
interest in purchasing to your site. That's one of the things that we love doing,
Right.
is supporting people in the
Right.
industry.
Well, you know, I've noticed in this performance industry, people give back to each other
Yes,
all
they
the
do.
time. People told me early on, keep doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing great. And I do that to other people now. I feel like it's my responsibility because people treated me that way to give back.
Now,
And
how in your family? I know you came from a musical family, but how? Like you said, you have 3 boys.
I have 3 sons.
So you
They're-
said, are any of them like musically
Well,
inclined?
yeah, my middle son
Okay.
is musically inclined. He plays guitar and he
Oh.
sings, and he's very good. He's a real charming voice.
I like that.
Voice you
How-
like
and how
to
young
hear.
is he?
He's 25.
Okay.
And they're all out of college, so they're all,
Great.
doing their various levels of moving on in life. But he is the one that has the most interest in performing, and
One of the things I want to make sure that the audience knows is that on Veterans Day, November 11th, you will be performing with the Randy Van
Right,
Horn Singers
that's right.
at our Los Angeles National
National
Cemetery.
Cemetery, right.
And for those of you in Southern California, many of whom may not even know we have a national cemetery, we do.
Good.
It is fantastic. It's being managed by Director Tom Ruck, whose
And
name I
where is
mentioned
this?
before. It's at 950 South Sepulveda Boulevard.
And you've
at
passed it
Wilshire
many
and Sepulveda.
times.
I'm
I know.
sure you've gone by
Right.
it on the
I never knew it
405.
was there.
But
Yeah,
do
I've
come
been.
out at 10 o'clock on 11/11 and see the ceremony that we have and the Randy Van Horn Singers.
yes, and on September 20th, we're doing a show called
What is the address of Viva?
That is 900 South Riverside Drive in Burbank. If you know where the Equestrian Center is, it's right,
Right
at
there.
the front of the Equestrian Center, and there's free parking.
And not only that, the food, I'm telling you right now, is excellent. So the drinks are good, the food is good, and the entertainment is unreal.
And when you walk in the door, look for somebody all in pink.
Oh, I'm thinking,
because
I'm
we'll be
being
there
there.
cheering
We'll
them
be
on.
there cheering them on. Lynn, would you mind giving us another song?
Oh, certainly.
Thank you.
Now, sometimes I sing in Spanish. So
Oh,
this is
I would
going
love
to
that.
be
I would love it.
Frenesy, which
Frenesy.
means passion.
Ooh,
Yes.
I'm passionate about what
There
you're
we
doing.
go.
Okay.
Quiero que vivas solo para mí y que tú vayas por donde yo voy, para que mi alma se no más de ti. Bésame con frenesí. beso que te di. Alma, piedad, corazón, dime que sabes tú sentir lo mismo que siento yo. Quiero que vivas solo para mí y que tú vayas por donde yo voy, para que me ames no más de ti. Bésame con frenesí. Dame la luz que tiene tu mirada y la ansiedad entre tus labios. Esta locura de vivir y amar, que es más que amor, frenesí. Hay en el beso que te di, alma, piedad, corazón, dime que sabes tú sentir lo mismo que siento yo. Quiero que vivas solo para mí y que tú vayas por donde yo voy. Bésame, alma, que no más de ti. Bésame con frenesí. Bésame con frenesí. Bésame con frenesí.
Yes.
What
sit
a
down.
joy.
Oh my, well, you are a joy.
you.
If you had one thing to say to an audience of people that, like yourself, started a career, stopped for a while, and then said, you know what, there's a life out there. I'm going to go back to it, what I want to do. What would you say to them?
Be stubborn.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do.
Right.
And if there's work involved, still look for the fun in it.
Right, good.
And it will blossom. And even though there's work involved, your joy will overflow. And that's what's happened to me. I can't imagine my life without singing. It's a whole body experience.
It is.
And it brings me so much happiness. And I get it back from people.
Well, you definitely, I can see that. And not only that,
I get it
when
back.
you're up there, and like when we saw you, people feel that energy coming from you to help us get energized and enthusiastic. And I think that's what entertainment is all about, is making not only us feel good, but the audience who came to see you.
They relate to your
Yes,
story
they
as
do.
their story. People have told me really touching stories about how the music that I sing was
Love it.
involved in their life. And
Wow.
it's, I mean, it makes you tear up
It does.
because it's so intimate.
And there are times when you go to see performances and people are busy talking over each other and sort of the singers are background. That didn't happen with the Randy
No.
Van Horn
No,
singers.
no, we love each
Everyone
other.
gave you their undivided
They did.
attention.
They did.
They were into it. They
Right.
were engaged. And we became engaged. And here we are.
So here we are with notes from my father. I love this. Can you again tell us where people can buy this?
Right. It's on CD Baby. If you
Again, a
look
little
for
louder.
Lynn, it's on CD Baby. If you
Good.
look for Lynn Keller and Art Depew, but both of us will you'll be able to find us. And then
Good.
again on my website, Lynn Keller's Music, which is plural, .com.
And on September 20th, we will all be looking for you. The three of us will be looking for you out there to be at the Cantina.
The Viva
Right, Viva
Cantina.
Can-
Viva Cantina.
And then on November 11th,
November 11th at our national, I always say National Veteran Cemetery. I know
It
that
is.
And to me, I'm so proud because we are now making the National Veteran Cemetery a destination for all of Los Angeles and all of the country when they come here, because it is a national cemetery. Your group is going to honor us. It's going to be a fantastic day. And it is all about lives well lived for you out there to get excited about. God bless. We'll be right back. not the breaths we take in life that count. It's what we do with the breaths we take. And I should know. 84 years young. Today on this stage, you will see talented performers all over the age of 60.
Life is a cabaret, old chum. It's only a cabaret, old chum.
Money! You got lots of friends hanging around that door.
I'm gonna live and live now, 'cause everything's coming up rosy.
Then your fingers touched my silent heart and taught it how to sing.
Dear, with your lips to mine, oh, rhapsody divine, sing with the strings of my heart.
To reach the unreachable stars.
But I've got to do it all in 3 minutes or less. How about maybe ragtime? How about boogie woogie?
Woo! Darling, let's dance. Let the music take us. The blues ain't gonna break us. We won't give it no chance.
Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
You've treated me so kind, I'm about to lose my mind. You made me so very happy.
So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
To reach the unreachable
Hi, and we are back with Pink Lady Presents It Ain't Over Till You Say It's Over. And that's the truth. I'm sitting here with a woman who definitely has an attitude and a look that we would all love to have. Model extraordinaire, Leah London. Hello, Leah.
Hello.
Leah is, well, I have to tell you, I first met Leah when I went into a pageant, Ms. Senior pageant. And I met this lovely lady and many like her who are very, very dear friends now, who have given themselves over to realizing that age is just a number. And I'm going to show this, Leah. She was Ms. August last year in my calendar, Senior Star Power calendar. And look at her. Is she not gorgeous? There's the calendar. And Leah is just, hold it there so you see it.
There you
Look
go.
at that lady.
In yellow.
Now, tell us about, first of all, your modeling years.
Well, my goodness, when I was a teenager, no one ever told me that I was attractive. I didn't know. And then in my early 20s, after 3 children, people kept telling me, why aren't you modeling? I thought, modeling me? Well, all right. And so a friend happened to be in the room at the time, and he said, you know what, I know an agent. Why don't you let me take a couple of pictures? And that's how it all started.
I love it. And who did you model for? Something, they're famous people, I know.
I did. I modeled for them all. You know, Ralph Lauren, Calvin Klein, Halston.
You notice how she just, you know, like all of them, Calvin Klein. I mean, to me, those are names. I mean, I would kill to see one of them, you know what I'm saying? They were fabulous. They're household names, and you must have been definitely a household name for them to see what you're modeling.
Well,
days.
I worked out of Colorado.
Okay.
And which isn't the best place to work out of. You want to be either in LA or New York.
Right.
So I moved to LA, but I moved for my music as well. And
And you also, you did a lot of musical CDs.
Yes, I did. I wrote and performed as an artist,
Right.
and I came out with many CDs and records and music videos.
And then, when someone tells me their life story, as I've known Leah for a while now, and then all of a sudden we're up with the modeling and the CDs and the this and the that, and then all of a sudden something happens in our lives, which with most people bring them down, and they don't get up. With someone like Leah, tell us what happened and how Leah got up.
Well, I was living life. I was at the top of everything, and I thought I was indestructible.
Right.
Indestructible.
As we all, right.
Yes,
as
and
we
I
all.
think we all
Right,
do.
Right.
I was not watching what I ate. I was traveling the world. I was eating junk and never exercising and doing all the inappropriate things.
Right.
And having a blast, I must say. But I found out then that I had cancer. And that evening, I was taken out to dinner.
How young were you at that time?
I was about 32.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
32. And I went out that night, and
There you go.
okay. I went out that night with Marilyn and Harvey Diamond, who wrote the bestseller Fit for Life.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
And they took me, and then they grabbed a hold of me, and they didn't let go for a long time, and they taught me to change everything.
Like what?
Like what I ate, how to exercise, but mainly they were in through the eating part. And so I did. I took the cancer as a chance to change my life, as a warning.
Right.
You need to change. So I did. And
I'm sure it wasn't easy.
It was.
Really?
Jackie.
Okay.
It was.
Okay.
I was determined. It was either that or you have cancer, and God only knows what happened.
I get it.
So I adapted it, and then I started studying, and every day I studied and researched.
Like what? Like what?
All about what causes cancer, what causes
Okay.
the body to age, what causes the body to decay, it's all of it's a process of aging, and I didn't want to do that, and I particularly didn't want to have cancer. So
And what about like food? Tell me about food.
Well, let me tell you. So I wrote the book. I did this, and then I wrote the book several years later.
And the book is called Remain Ageless. I love that. Remain Ageless.
And you can remain ageless. You really can. That's why I'm here, is to help people stay young and youthful and happy and healthy and vibrant. It's all about that. It's all about teaching you what ages you, because we all have our hells, and those hells make life very difficult. If I told you what I've been through, just yesterday I was scammed on the computer. They took everything.
Oh,
They
no.
did. They took everything.
Oh,
My bank
no.
account.
When was
Yes,
this?
yesterday.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, but
that's what's happening, I tell you.
Yes, it is. But so what do? If
What do you
you
do?
are already down and have let yourself age and let yourself go, perhaps that could destroy you.
That's right.
But it
You're
didn't.
right.
It didn't. It got me for about an hour.
Good
You know,
for you.
It did. It did. And then I said, "Gosh darn it! I'll survive. I
We
will
just had
survive."
we had on
Andy
Kleinick,
Kleinick,
Detective Andy
Right.
Kleinick.
He's the chief of cybersecurity for LAPD.
LAM.
Yes, well,
And
you know
he
what?
offered that if
Yes.
anybody needed someone,
Please.
call him. We'll
Yes,
give
we'll
you
give you-
his number
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be wonderful.
before you leave the studio
That
today.
would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
mean-
only one little hell in one's life.
Oh,
Yes.
There isn't anybody out there that doesn't have their hells.
Correct.
So what do you do if you are already aging and you hurt here and you have arthritis and you can't get up and you can't, you have all these problems in your
Right,
body, but
right.
if you don't have those problems, and there's a way not to have those problems, and I explain that in the book, it has to do with how You feed yourself many different things, but you are what you eat. You are what you eat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, you can kill yourself by what you eat and
well,
drink.
for instance, I'm going to ask this question. For instance, now, what do you eat in the morning? I mean, you know, breakfast. What do you have for breakfast? Just give me an idea. I want our audience to kind of hear what your day is like.
Okay, well, my breakfast, I'm pretty far advanced in this because I've been doing it for, 40-some years. I'm 70-something now.
No. We're not going to let her get away with that, are we? No way.
72.
And you know what?
72.
72 years young.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. And there's nothing I can't do as well or better than when I was 18.
So now, in the morning, you got up?
So the morning, I get up and I make a shake. And everything I put in there is alive, and that's the key.
Oh.
All foods have to be alive because it's only the nutrients that you feed your body.
Right.
The nutrients are dead if the food is dead.
Okay,
so,
give me an idea.
Okay, so I put in my shake. I blend good water and nuts. I blend them and I put in raw eggs, organic, and I blend it to make a broth type of thing.
Right.
And then I put in an apple, a banana, power greens, everything that's alive, and I blend it all up and I drink it, and that's my breakfast. I don't eat again until dinner.
Really?
Yes.
That's a little unusual. Okay.
I make a very large one, a very large container of it, and I drink it throughout the day. And and that's all I need. We are creatures of habits.
Yes,
that's
we are.
What I made of myself as a creature of this habit. So when I wake up in the morning, I desire this.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you have many different blends. And are there any in the book?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. So remain ageless here, and it says 69. This was when you were 69, feeling great, and you can too, which is true. Now, what do you do for dinner?
For dinner, it's only perhaps a salad. Or maybe a piece of chicken and a salad.
Yeah.
Everything
watch
that's alive.
Yeah,
totally.
But you're watching what you're eating.
Yes.
And what you've done is, I hate the word, Leah, I hate the word diet.
No.
I'd rather say, this is my way of life. And then, when you do that, and you go off it for a moment, you don't kill a diet that you go crazy.
Exactly.
People just don't get that.
Yes, and they also don't get that changing the way you are takes time. It takes 6 weeks to change whatever you're working on.
Right.
And you can start with your breakfast and then work your way for 6 weeks.
For lunch or something,
yes,
right?
On to lunch and then dinner, and then you've got it. And believe me, your entire body
will
changes.
feel the difference.
It changes. You never again will feel the same way you do.
Would it be appropriate to use the word behavior? That you're changing the way you live, your behavior.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
Nothing
also,
wrong with
I
that.
need to tell the audience from what the way of life that Leah is doing, she's also a volunteer. Tell me about, and the audience, how many things you volunteer at. I think it's phenomenal what you do.
Well,
Cedars of Sinai,
it's very
go ahead.
it's very important to me to give back in life, and I think that's one of the keys as well.
Right.
To give is to get.
Yeah.
And if you don't give, you don't get in life. And nobody understands it until they try it finally, you know?
Okay.
And a lot of people never try it, and they never get that.
And what do you do at
Okay,
Cedars?
so, oh gosh, I've done so many things. I've worked in the emergency room there for 6 years.
Wow, doing what?
Helping.
Wow.
Helping in any way I can. I go in to children's and to veterans hospital, and I entertain them. I sing and dance for them.
Okay.
And I go in anywhere I can. I do all kinds of hospitals and rehab
You also
places.
do the
and
National Alliance for Mentally, or what do you do for
I've done
them?
that for 14 years. One of the hells in life that can affect you and affected me is mental illness.
Wow. Okay.
And when that happened to my child, it almost devastated me. I mean, nothing's been able to devastate me in life, but that one, to watch that happen to a perfectly healthy human being of your
Really?
child.
Oh, wow.
And then they become ill, and you have to take them to the hospital, and they shackled him And it was awful. It was the
Wow.
most. So I jumped into the National Alliance for the Mentally Ill, and I took all the classes to try and educate myself because
right.
I was going to heal him. I was, and I have.
Oh, fabulous.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, it's taken 14 years, but
That's
and that's how
okay.
long I've worked for the National Alliance, helping everybody that has the hell
Wonderful.
in their life to make it better.
now you also do and believe in, and if you see this gorgeous body here, exercise. What
Key.
can you tell us? I know. Tell me about exercise.
Key. Well, if you don't exercise, then your body never gets oxygen.
Yeah.
Cells,
I know.
cells need to rehabilitate. They need to replace each other. And if you never exercise, they don't do it. They don't do it in your brain either. So it's really important to get that blood stirred and exercise.
Like, give me an idea. When you say exercise, how do you must exercise?
You don't
Yoga?
want to ask me
I don't
what
want to
I
ask
do.
her. Okay.
No, I play tennis
see,
every
that's
other
fa-
day for
fabulous.
2 hours, and then I do a core building the stretch class on the opposite days. I always get
Wow.
my blood stirred. It's so important
It is,
because
I
if you
know.
stop, you will stagnate. You will seize up.
I have to tell you, being just within hours of my 86th birthday, going on to my 87th year, one of the things that I promised myself, I'm not waiting to New Year's. You know how New Year's, all the things that you've
Gonna
you know,
do for the
yeah,
next-
no. Now is my time. I am going to walk. Not going to walk a lot the first few months, but I am going to walk, even if it's from my front door around the corner. And guess what I'm going to walk with? I am decided today to get a puppy.
Oh, how wonderful.
I want a dog. So, Dove, get ready because you're going to walk him if I can. But really,
Nothing
that
like the
will
love
give
of a
me an
dog. Yes,
incentive.
it
It
will.
just
It'll
will.
get you out.
So I decided I'm going to do that. So I'm going to be in good shape because right now I am to a point. It's the exercise that isn't. And that's what I have to do.
That'll take you down.
It just does. So do you think that habits play a part in our life? And how do they?
It's all a part of habits. It's all a part of habits. We are creatures of habit. Once we form a habit, like I have to exercise, or
See?
I'm
Okay.
a crazy woman. I can't stand it. I feel badly. My brain doesn't work right. I have to exercise. It's crucial. So it becomes a habit. You want to do it, and
wanna
you
do
don't do it because you want to.
You
know?
also did a video on facial and
Face and neck aerobics.
yes, and that, especially when one, shall we says, gets younger, really important for that neck.
Well,
you know,
the entire face is covered in muscle.
right?
Entire face and neck.
Okay, can you give
So-
us a couple of things that we could do in the morning?
Yes,
when
but
we
why
get up?
wouldn't you? Well, you
Okay.
can go on your phone and you can pull up the video.
Oh, good.
That you just order, and it will come onto your phone or your television. And there's a class with men and women to music. That's a 25-minute exercise, aerobic exercise for your face and your neck.
Now, did you just hear something that I heard? For men and women.
Absolutely.
Both. A lot of men, when you're talking about this, they're like, okay, well, what else are you talking about? No. Men and women.
They
both.
have muscle as well.
Yes,
Perhaps
yes.
bigger, muscle, but they still have it.
So, like
And-
a couple of things that, what if I looked in the mirror tomorrow morning?
Oh,
What
God,
can I do?
I'm going to make an ugly face.
That's okay. Tell me what to do.
So
Like-
you squint your face as tight
But
as
let's
you
see
can.
it again. Let's see it. No, face the
Oh,
audience.
okay. I haven't done it yet. I'm talking.
Okay. When you do it.
Squint your face as tight as you can so that it pulls all the muscles together, and you hold it as long
Like
as
you're
you
mad?
can, like this.
Oh.
And was that not ugly?
Ugly, but beautiful on her. I love
Yeah,
it.
right.
Yeah. And then, so how many times do you do that?
Well, you hold it as long as you can. It depends on how much time you have. The best thing is to put that on, take it to the office, take
Okay.
it wherever you're going, and watch the class and go along with it because I'm in that class and I'm teaching you and working your face and neck in that video.
Okay, now what about my neck?
The same thing. It's
Squinching?
exercise. When you do this, you're
Oh,
squinching your
the whole
neck
thing.
together. Yes.
Let's do it again.
Okay.
Like-
You're going to do it too?
Yeah, yeah, I
Okay.
am. Go ahead, what? Oh,
Chin down. Yeah.
sit down.
There you go.
Oh, I love it. Don't show this to anyone out
Yeah,
there.
I can't believe I just did
Especially
this.
if they want me for an audition. Don't show that. It's okay.
But so this website of mine has.
And give everybody the
it's
website nice and loud.
Aging, A-G-I-N-G,
Right.
by Leah, L-E-A, London, LONDON.com. And if you go to that site, you'll be able to get all of these. You'll get the book, you'll get the video, you'll be able to download it, and you'll get, or I'll send it to you, and you'll be able to get a meditative CD or download that will, when you are comfortable and quiet, your brain is open and susceptible
Right.
to suggestion.
Right.
And the suggestions that I give are to feed yourself, to love yourself, to exercise. Not exactly like this, but these are the things I key in on. It's the peaceful, wonderful ocean.
Right.
And if you listen to
that.
it will help you maintain the habit and keep peace within yourself.
I love that. Let me ask you something else. When you were in the pageant, Miss Senior pageant, you won Miss Senior Conejo Valley.
Yes.
And why did you go into the pageant in the first place? I always ask people that because it is a big commitment. It just is.
Well, I happened to be out performing all the time, and I was told by many, ran into some of the women that had done
Right.
it, and they said, "You've got to try this pageant," you know. And I thought, well, okay, if I would win it, I would have the opportunity to get in front of more
There you
people
go.
and help more people. So that's why I did it.
I have to tell you, when I went into the pageant and I saw people like Ms. Leah London as a competitive senior there, I went, what am I doing in this place? I mean, but you have to understand, you're, and some of the other ladies as well, are awesome and beautiful women.
Thank you.
I mean, Leah just portrays what a Miss Senior is. And all in a gown, and the way you came on, and the way you sang, and just the elegance. I mean, it was a little daunting for someone like moi.
Yeah.
One of the recent guests on the show was Rita Pardue,
Right.
who is
Yes.
Miss 2018 Miss Senior.
Right.
And Elvia Harris, who's the CEO, was
Know
here
them both.
talking about the opportunities and encouraging people.
Right.
If you've ever thought about it, do something about it. And if you've never thought about it, look into it.
Yes.
Because it's a wonderful camaraderie among the
Yes.
women in Southern California.
I have done it for years. I haven't competed, but I have gone with other Miss Senior,
Right.
senior California people all over California and Nevada, and we have so much fun, and we entertain,
It
we
is.
sing and dance, and in in Harrah's, and we're in the big places, and we do these shows that are so great and make so many people happy because music heals.
Music does heal. And seeing people of an age up there that really, when you look at them, they're not of an age.
Exactly.
I mean, they look fabulous.
Yes.
Their ability, their talent is great.
Yes.
I mean, it makes you really and truly want to join.
Yes.
And as I said, it was a great experience that I did.
And for myself as well.
I need to know something, okay?
Yes.
Your family. Tell us a little bit about your family. Your children, you're married now for how many years?
23.
23. And you have
This is
how
my
many?
second husband. We have 6 children, 6 sons.
Wow.
Yes.
And age-wise, I mean,
They are from 40 to 52.
I love it. And any grandchildren?
Yes, I have 5 daughters.
Oh,
Isn't it wonderful?
I love it. No
5
boys,
girls.
I
No.
know.
I prayed for girls. I got
I
'em.
know.
It's so wonderful. But
Now, are any of the grandchildren any musically inclined or anything?
yes, one of them is.
Oh,
She
okay.
is amazing. She's
And how old is she?
She's 16. She'll be 17 very soon, and she'll be going off to college. And I don't know where yet because she's just completing her senior year.
Right.
But both of my older ones were very talented, very talented. They chose the artistic side, except the 16-year-old is still doing the singing and dancing.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's fabulous.
How important is sleep?
Sleep is crucially important.
Okay.
It's a regenerator. It's as if you have batteries in your body, and when those batteries deplete,
right,
you need to charge them again.
Okay.
Sad to say, I often wish we never had to sleep. You know, I really do.
Now, how many hours a night do you go to sleep?
I sleep for 8 or 9 hours a night.
What time do you go to bed?
I go to bed about midnight.
Oh,
and I
okay.
sleep till about 8 because I'm on the tennis court at 9.
Do you hear that? Do you see that?
And I sleep nonstop.
But that's what happens when you do all this.
Yes,
Just
it
look at
is.
her.
Everything works right.
Yes.
Everything works right. And that's why I did it. And that's why I am what I am, because I'm an example of that, and I have to be.
Do you ever go out and talk to cancer patients about, about getting into a life even though they have cancer and how they can help themselves?
I have not done that much.
Because I was thinking about something like that. That would be a phenomenal thing.
It is. I
Give
talk
people
to
hope.
people through the radio, and I have talked to people through my book. But personally,
well, maybe you have time to do that.
It's a lot more time than just
yes, it is
saying hello and
Yes.
I've done this.
Right.
It takes camaraderie.
Yes.
Camaraderie.
You did it right. You do it right there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's why I have not been able to. I could spend every hour of every day just talking to people, but it takes a lot of time.
What is your next project? What are you dealing with now? What would you like to do or are doing?
I don't have anything in mind for a next project. I'm pretty much doing it all. I'm so busy, I don't have a second. But I love being with my grandchildren. I love babies, and I've been trying to spend more time with them because
Good for
that's a
you.
very special part in my heart.
Right.
And so I'm still out there helping people and dancing and singing, and right now, my mind does not drift to, what do I want to do next? Because I'm still doing it.
We have a suggestion for
What's
you and for our
Right.
viewing audience.
Yes.
It's a wonderful program if you live in Southern California at the Skirball Cultural Center
Uh-huh.
on the 405 at Mulholland. They have a program called Noah's Ark for parents
your kids
or
would love
grandparents, great-grandparents to bring the kids. It's interactive. They can turn wheels and make thunder and rain, and
I've
they
heard
have
about
hand
this.
puppets. It's phenomenal, and I highly recommend it. We've taken Pink's great-grandchildren, and they absolutely love it at the Skirball Cultural Center
It's a wonderful
in Bel Air.
place. I love it.
It is.
I love it. I
And
have
there's so
several
much
friends
one
there.
can do out there. Getting back to healthy habits and things, we all have a little dark secret that we eat that we should not eat. My thing is, and I guess it isn't bad because I don't do it, I don't eat candy or cake, but I know it's silly to say this, but it's true, everyone, I'm telling you the truth, I must have at night a scoop of vanilla ice cream. I know. Someone said, was that all? That's your dark secret? I mean, like, hello, Pink. But it's like, that's my energizer.
Go-to.
Yeah, that's
Why
my
would you want to
go-to.
energize yourself when you're trying to come down to go to sleep?
I know. I know,
Okay.
but I'm
I
like
know.
this.
You know, it might be a great idea if we can
Yeah.
segue to the video
Oh,
sure.
let's do
Leah
that.
has, and we could do that. Can we do that? That would be great.
For a few minutes.
Good. Let's do
Great.
it.
Okay.
Oh, no, no. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place.
that was fabulous. Tell me something, Leah. What about you? A website? You were telling me about your website. Can you tell
Yes.
people about that?
Yes, everybody can go to it, and you can have all that I've been talking about, and change your life. You can jump in there and fix it all. And I'm always giving suggestions on what is the newest form of exercise, the newest form of eating. Because things do change since, how long has it been? Since I was 35. But yes, it's informative, and it's all for and about you and
Do you have
remaining
classes?
ageless.
Do you have classes that you do, workshops that you're doing at all?
Sometimes I do it, but I recommend that they do it online. I did that for quite a few years.
Okay.
Taught the classes, but it was too demanding to have to be there, because once you commit yourself, you have to be there.
Yes.
You have to be
Yes.
there. You have to be there, and I don't have the time for that. But
You have to clone yourself is what you have
yes,
to do.
well, they can have it right there on their own cell phone.
Right,
They don't
right.
need me. They can have it all right on their own cell phone at Aging by Leah, LeaLondon.com.
Well, it's been absolutely a delightful
Thank you,
time
sweetie.
with you. I mean, when I talk about attitude, when I talk about people that are out there, energetic-wise, or people that have a zest for life, Leah, you're the example
Thank you.
of aging what I call with grace and dignity.
Thank you.
And that doesn't have to start when you're over 60. Let me tell you something.
It can begin.
It starts when you're, exactly, it can start when you're 30 and 35, because so many people out there now realize when I talk about getting up and getting out and getting a life, my new book. And by the way, thank you for buying my book at Amazon.com called Get Up, Get Out, and Get a Life, Pink Lady. So you go to Amazon.com and you type in Get Up, Get Out, and Get a Life, Pink Lady. And my book, like yours, talks about aging at any age.
You start
be-
to age
right.
in the late 20s.
Oh, and no, I was going to say the day you're born, we age, if you know what I'm saying. So, to me, when I tell people that it's only a number, you know what? Yes, it is. But it's your attitude, right from the beginning, that it's not over, that I can do anything, that if you're 35 and 40, it's not like you have one career. You can have 2, 3, and 4 careers today. And that's what you've shown us. That's what I've shown. Dove is all over the board with President of National Cemetery and the VHP. You have so many things that we're all doing. So it's not our age. It's us. And if we have the exuberance, if we have the attitude with gratitude, you have to have both. Am I right?
Absolutely. And we've been blessed that people sitting where you're sitting,
Right.
from the entire cross section, you cannot name a field. We even had, believe this or not, Officer Bird, a 43-year-old macaw parrot.
This big.
That for
I love it.
For 43 years, he's been going into schools with
Right.
LAPD teaching safety.
That's fabulous.
And he was here on this program.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
So we've had it all.
Yes.
And by the way, again about Detective
Andy
Andy
Kleinek.
Kleinek from the LAPD Cyber Security Department. Please, if you have any issue, please call them and ask for
And
Detective
to make
Andy.
it easy for you, go on to the same place that you did to come to this show, and you will see an email, pinklady7@earthlink.net.
Right.
We will be happy to refer it. Don't give us all the details. Don't tell
No.
us the story. Just tell us you need help about cybersecurity.
With your
We'll
name and your
forward it.
email.
Name, email, and we'll make sure that Andy gets it, and he has committed to us, and our experience
Right.
with him has been that he and his team will get back to you, and they will help you.
That's wonderful. Isn't it amazing? I just had that yesterday.
Right.
And now you
And it's
have-
happening
Right.
more and more and more.
Don't ever answer the phone call from Apple, ever. They never call.
No, and
Ever.
either does Earthlink.
Yes.
So Earthlink does an Apple. My dear friends, thank you for watching Pink Lady Presents It Ain't Over Till You, and myself, and you say it's over. God bless. See you next time.
Bye-bye, folks.
Thank you.
You're listening to Pink Lady Presents, only on LA Talk Radio.